I think what's really interesting to me that you said was the storytelling aspect, and I think that's something that's really overlooked in employer marketing. You mentioned it being kind of a newer concept. I feel like it's been around for over a decade, but the way it's been done for so long, it's been so stuffy, it's been so corporate, and it really leaves a lot of connection lacking. People really can't connect with the brand in a personal way. And I think what I've seen from you and your team is that you're able to kind of share these stories and build these connection points through channels like LinkedIn. And that really, at least in my, experience kind of managing this for my company as well, that's really what drives results. And that's what drives interest, is that kind of connection.
Yeah, absolutely. One of my favorite things is being able to make memes and be very silly on my corporate brand channels. Like, for example, I also run the Life at Blizzard Instagram and Twitter pages. Be sure to follow. They're very fun and I highly recommend them. But
That's funny.
I love to engage with our franchise pages, like, because on the World of Warcraft and the Overwatch and all of our franchise pages, they always post tons of memes where they ask fans to interact, like, hey, post pet pictures, or they'll do something where they'll Photoshop a character into places where they shouldn't be. And I love being able to interact with them and kind of interject to kind of gain visibility on Blizzard as an employer. So, like, for example, if they're, again, putting a character in a place where they shouldn't be, I'll Photoshop a dragon onto the Blizzard campus and put it in their replies. So people are like, hey, look at the careers page through Memery. And as someone who runs a brand channel, I always try to keep things as non-stuffy as possible. I try to keep the voice in something that, like, because job hunting is so stressful, and trying to land a job, especially at a big company, is, like, so nerve-wracking and so scary. So I want when people come in contact with the content that I make to feel very comfortable with it and to feel like they can connect to it easy and that they're talking to a real person.
Yeah. And they, just to close the loop on this one, they really do, Aaron. We can see that from the engagement. I think, if there are any kind of social media managers, kind of marketing directors tuning in to this episode, I think that they'll take a lot of value and a lot of notes from how you've done things and how people over at Blizzard do things. The gaming industry it obviously has a fan base and an extra layer of spice, and it's a little bit more, for lack of a better term, a bit more sexy than some of the stuffy corporate brands out there. But it's still a massive issue. So many companies, we had Joe on the show prior, and he talked a lot about this, about kind of the lack of just corporate image and making it fun and making it relatable. So I think all the industries out there can take a leaf out of the gaming industry's book, and it doesn't have to be obviously to the same level, but bring a bit more, to reference your neon lights, bring a bit more color to the page.
Yeah, tell a better story.
Yeah, definitely. I've been on the other side. Again, construction and fertility are not the most sexy people to one, gain an audience for, and also recruit for. I always like to say that my job is so easy, because the most exciting thing at most companies is a coffee machine with free K-Cup pods that people can use. Right. Whereas I can go into the office and turn a corner and there's like 4 swords, like, just on the desks, and that's normal.
That's normal, right?
So it's normal. So I also think another thing is just especially if you're someone who's watching who works in an entertainment industry and maybe you've gotten very used to working in a super exciting industry. Remember that the things that are around you at all times are not normal. Like watch an episode of The Office to humble yourself every once in a while, to just kind of remember what most of corporate America looks like, because then you'll be able to see what some of those special things that you can throw out to people are, because they might seem super normal to you. Like the fourth time you pass a statue of a dragon is super normal to you, but there's still millions of people who have absolutely no idea that's there, even if you've posted it before.
Yeah.